All right, good afternoon. Let me start off by addressing the NCAA secondary violations that we self-reported to the NCAA back in January. I'm extremely disappointed by our players' actions and how those actions reflect on them and our program, our department, and the university. Each year, every player is educated about the rules regarding apparel and equipment, specifically that the sale of apparel and equipment is an NCAA violation. Every single player signs an agreement in acknowledging those rules. And I will say these young men knew better and shouldn't have made the choice they made. But I do want you to understand that they're young men. My responsibility is to help grow them into men. And so they're going to face the consequences of their actions, and we're going to move forward, and it's going to be a great teachable moment for our football team. Accountability is an important core principle in this program, not only for our players, but also for our staff. And these players are going to be held accountable by the penalties announced today.
Thanks. Yeah, so in addition to what Coach said, I just wanted to kind of reiterate some of the things that we said a couple of weeks ago, which is we have really high expectations for our student athletes, for our coaches. And in this case, we're disappointed that the student athletes won't be able to compete for a couple of games, disappointed that we have to report this, but I'm really pleased with our compliance operation. I thought the compliance operation, once we found out about it, we're really quick to react. I want to compliment the coaches, the students, for coming together very quickly, providing accurate information to us so that we could compile that, turn it into the NCAA. The NCAA turned it around very quickly, and so we're now at the point of implementing the penalties associated with the mistakes that we made. We'll continue to strive to get better. We have to continue to get our educational program better. We have to get better in so many different ways, encourage the students to make good decisions. But we certainly made a mistake, and we'll have to suffer the consequences and play without a couple of players. But I'm really encouraged by the students and their reaction. Their teammates have all supported them. They're excited to get going with the 2018 season, and we're looking forward to putting this behind us and having a great year. So Coach and I can answer any questions about that, and then we'll flip it back to 2018 football.
How long was the turnaround from when you discovered something had happened to when you had finished your investigation, so to speak, and felt comfortable with everything you had?
Great question. We got on it probably within 12 hours of finding out about it. We had all of the shoes collected from the staff members, from the students, from the student managers, from everybody that was issued shoes, all that we could collect. We had the whole thing wrapped up in 4 days, and then turned that into the NCAA.
How did you guys find out, and how were you tipped off that this was happening?
There was a social media post, and then an email came to the UNC AD account, and that was given to me, and then we quickly got it to our compliance office, and we got a hold of the coaches and got to the bottom of it as quickly as we could.
Are all the shoes back that were issued back in the possession of the university?
Every one that we could get back, we have possession of all.
Approximately how many are still out?
I think there's 9.
How large a group of shoes were there that you had to bring back in?
About 150.
150 pair?
150 pair. Yeah, that'd be 300 shoes, I guess.
Some people will wonder whether it's fair that y'all got a staggered, that you requested staggered suspensions. How do you respond to that?
Yeah, we had an awful lot of injuries last year, and we knew we were going to have some repair work to do in the off-season, and some of the players play the same position. So to be fair to the kids that are going to play for health and safety reasons, we asked the NCAA to stagger them, and we were granted that staggering. So 2 of the players of the 13 will be held out a little bit later.
Was there a precedent that you cited in making that argument?
Yeah, health and safety of the students is foremost in our minds, as well as the NCAA, and that has happened before, so we thought it made sense this time as well.
This is something that's gone on a long time in college athletics. It's nothing new that kids try to sell their apparel. Is it something that can be policed, or how difficult is it to police the unknown of what these kids are doing with the gear, and receiving multiple pairs of shoes as well? It's not just one pair.
Yeah, it's tough. I mean, and it has been. You're right. It has gone on for a long time. I've seen issues at other schools that have happened over time. It's disappointing. We do the best we can to educate the students, and sometimes it gets too tempting to make a poor choice. But, that is the rule. We're living by the rules. We live with the consequences of them, and we'll continue to try to enhance our educational program. So.
Are you involved at all in the specifics of how these athletes are told what they can and cannot do, or is that something Coach and his staff does?
Well, our compliance staff is responsible for the education of our student athletes and our coaches and our staff, but then the coaches reinforce it. With head coach responsibility, obviously, he reinforces the message from our compliance staff on a regular basis.
Well, in 2010, there was a case that just kind of continued to go and go and would lead to a new thread and a new thread. Do you think this issue is resolved at this point, or are you concerned that this could lead to other places?
Yeah, no, absolutely. We turned everything in back in January and February, got the final adjudication of secondary violations from the NCAA, so this case is closed, and as soon as the suspensions are served, that'll be the end. So thank you. I'll turn it back to Larry. You can answer any questions about the football season. Thanks.